Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you clicked on this video today. I want to show you the latest project that I did, kind of in collaboration with, but also just because I love using her with butterfly stitches. So stay tuned to see what that is. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Hit the notification bell right next to that so you don't miss any of my future content. Hit the like button for this video if you want to see more content like it. Okay, you guys. I got this like a week or two ago back in the mail. She did it so fast. Jennifer over at Butterfly Stitches nailed it again. I actually watched her live on her Facebook page and her group page, whatever it is. I don't know, is it
pages, groups, whatever?
I don't know all that stuff, but I watched the live that she did and she was talking about some totes and she was showing a new one that she got, and then she showed, oh wait, let me compare it to the Scarborough tote from Rough and Tumble. And she comes back and she shows it and she says, it's in the conifer leather. I actually have two of them. I probably need to sell one. And I was like, I want it. I want that tote. And since you already have it, let's reline it. So we figured out the lining. I mean, I'm talking, it was back and forth. But not only did she do the lining, this girl is so talented. Let me just tell you this. The normal depth of the Scarborough tote is like 3 inches on the bottom. And she was like, do you want to make that deeper? So I obviously said, oh, what does that look like? I don't know what that looks like in the sewing world. Well, she did it and she nailed it and she made it 5 inches depth. So I have all kinds of pictures to show you guys. Hopefully those are popping off over here. I'll show you like everything. So through the entire process, she was messaging me. She was asking me, you know, do you want 5 inches, 5.5 inches, 6 inches? What fabric do you want? We sat and went over like Hobby Lobby and Michael's websites and their fabric sites for probably an hour, just going back and forth. And I didn't want anything that was like too crazy because look, let's face it, I do resell a lot. And I didn't know, I've never tried this type of tote from Rough and Tumble before. So I thought, you know, I might as well keep it pretty plain. I don't want to say plain, but I want to keep it pretty like broadly loved by people. And I think we hit the nail on the head. She loved it so much, she also bought a yard for herself to reline one of her bags, which she just did. I'll put that in here. But here it is, the Scarborough tote in conifer leather. This is it. This is the bag. And if I didn't also love my Esty, the reason I wanted this is because it's in a brown and my Esty is in the tumbled black. So now I have a black tote that's a little bit different than this, and I have a brown tote, which is so mushy and squishy. It has a pocket here and a pocket here. So there's an outside pocket on each side, which I know that in one of my last videos, somebody commented on my Tyler video and said, they need an outside pocket. That's like a deal breaker for them. And I totally get that. Now that I've had it on bags, I totally get that. And I was like, that's not really a deal breaker for me, but
I realize most of my purses have that.
So I guess I do like that without even realizing that. So this has been a really good year of figuring out what I like, but the interior is what is so cool to me. Look at that. Not only did she reline it, she put this original label back on, and in the lining, she put extra pockets. So let me go ahead and point this down. Well, let me show you it on the body first, and I'll give you some measurements once I point it down, but here it is on the body. I'm 5'3", I wear 8'10" right now. And I think it just is a phenomenal tote bag. Like I said, so squishy. So let's go ahead and point the camera down and I'll show you what all fits. Okay, first and foremost, I think it would be important to show you the measurements of this. And the height of this did change a little because of her making the bottom wider. So for my Scarborough tote, it's, 14, 15 inches, about 17 inches across. And then the bottom is 5 inches, like on the mark. She's good. So a regular Scarborough tote, I'll put the measurements in here so you guys can see that comparatively. Like I said, normally the depth is 3 inches. So it took about 2 inches or an inch off of each side, which means that would have been probably, if my math is mathing right, that would have been probably like 15, 16 inches tall. But I just think that I'm not so much a north-south girl. I like more east-west. So for me to lose that north-south was totally fine. So let's do an interior. Let's see that interior. Isn't that pretty? All right, so this is the interior that she made for me, which I think is so awesome. So I picked this fabric, and I think she did such an amazing job making it match up on each side, where you've got these bigger dots going across from these dots. You've got her infamous little butterfly stitch, which is so stinking cute. If you can see, there's a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and then nothing on this side, which is great for me because it's also nice to have a side that doesn't have anything on it. So here's my 32 ounce Owala water bottle that fits on that side like seamlessly. Then I have my my Snap wallet, which I'll show you guys my Snap wallets in a little bit. I got a whole collection of those now, which fits in that back pocket so perfectly. Now, I don't really like to put heavy things in the pockets because it makes it fall down like that. Got my twin token, a couple pencil cases. Of course, the large pouch from Rough and Tumble fits in there like zero problems with still so much room. Get a slip case down in there. Sunglasses. So I do have an extra battery pack, which I'll put over here to kind of even out the weight from side to side. I've got my sunglasses there. My car keys can fit in there. I've got my extra brush. I've got a sanitizer that can go right there. I mean, and still so much room. It does make it a bit heavier, but so much room in there. Like you could put a sweater on top of it if you needed to. You could carry a planner if you needed to carry a planner. I've got my 2024 planner fits in there just fine. So to me, this is like such a beautiful catch-all tote. She did such a phenomenal job like revamping this. And I had never owned this leather before, but it is one of the smushiest, like best leathers. It looks like worn in, but it's not. It's brand new from what I understand. It gets these like natural markings on it, which I think are so pretty. I'll show you what this looks like on with all packed and everything. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below so I can answer those for you. I do also carry my Kindle a lot, and that fits in that back pocket that she made. But also, if you wanted some easy access, it fits right there in that front pocket as well. I just have to kind of shift that stuff inside around so it sits down below and it's not sticking out, but that makes it so easy to get to. So I love having that as an option as well. And then here's a Microsoft Surface, and that also slips right in there. So you could carry this as a work bag really easily. I'm pretty certain my 13-inch laptop would fit in there, but it's working and doing something for me right now, so I can't close it to put it in here, unfortunately. Let me show you what it looks like on now that it's all packed up. All right, so here it is all packed up, ready to go. If I worked outside of the house, this would be the perfect tote to have because it just holds so much, but it also is so smushy and it looks so elegant. I think just leather bags look so elegant and they don't scream any like name of anything. Anyway, I'm gonna take this out and show you that now without that in there. Not like it changes a whole lot, but it makes it a little bit less stiff looking, I think. But this thing just carries so much. So thank you again, Jennifer, over at Butterfly Stitches. You can go check out her Facebook page. She also has an Instagram, and I will link those down below. But that's the latest tote in my collection. I say this, and then I regret it because then I purchased something else that is exactly against this. But now that I have a black tote and I have a brown tote, they're two different styles. I don't see needing another tote because I don't work outside of my house. And I also have some other bags that could function for carry outside of the house of all the things that I needed, as well as these two totes. So I think I'm covered in the tote world.
Don't quote me on that.
I say these and then I immediately regret it. But you know what? That's what this whole like lifestyle of like loving purses is. It's very like fluid. It's always changing. I'm figuring out what I like. I've learned that I like cinch and pull and flap. I don't love magnetic closures. This isn't a magnetic closure. It's just an open tote. So it's kind of opposite of what I stated, as is the Esty. But for some reason, these just work really well for me in tote form. But when you're talking about an everyday bag that I'm carrying all the time, I needed to have a little bit more security for my own peace of mind. Not that I'm in places that are so unsafe that carrying it around, but people who pickpocket are really good. Like they're quiet about it. So, and there's dishonest people everywhere. So I just like to do what I can to kind of mitigate those situations. but I think these are like a much quieter luxury than like Louis Vuitton or Chanel or even Hermes. I know people talk about Hermes being quite luxury, and if you don't know that brand, it is a quiet luxury brand. That's a lot of money on your arm. These are a lot of money on my arm because they're, you know, some of them up to $500, but when you go through the buy sell trade way of doing it, like acquiring it, it's definitely, you can get a better deal on it. All right, I'm gonna stop justifying it for you guys. I'm just letting you know kind of where my brain is at. And over this last year, and even just these last 2 months, I have learned so much about what I like. I really sat and like dissected what it is about these purses that I like. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you're looking at the Scarborough tote, I've put the measurements of the original, but if you want to like change a tote, reach out to Jennifer. She likely can do it. If not, she's super honest, so she'll let you know, like, that's not something I'm comfortable doing because I think I might ruin the bag. This, I got it and I was just so thrilled. In fact, I will have inserted footage of me opening it. If I didn't already say that, I will have inserted the footage of me opening it at some point in this video so you could see that. I got it and I was so excited. I didn't have my makeup on. I had just blown dry my hair. So it was huge and it was nighttime. So the lighting wasn't even great, but I couldn't wait. I had to see it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to go check out Jennifer's page over on Facebook and Instagram. Bye.